We're making a movie!
Good? Okay, 117 Echo, take one, cover mark.
And action.
I'm the script supervisor.
I'm first AC for camera A.
Second AD.
Best boy electric.
Focus puller.
I'm about to run this right here and man the camera.
B-Speed.
Thank you, bye-bye. We've got over 25 students that have worked really hard all semester preparing for this month-long experience.
Oh yeah, the standards have definitely been raised. You ready for me or no?
Normally we do films in 3 days,
We do a lot of student films.
and this has been like 4 weeks plus an entire semester of prep.
This is just insanely different.
The respect that I have for anybody doing group work on a feature film is through the roof.
On set this week, we have Stephen Baldwin.
Let's leave him to do the miracles and me to handle the business.
On the technical side, it was better than anything I've ever experienced before. Kudos to Huntington University.
I'm afraid our conversation ends right here.
We also have casted Bethany Lind. She's on Ozarks and a DC series right now.
You just left, you didn't call, I thought you were dead.
I think this is an amazingly immersive experience. I wish I had had something like this.
Pros come in, and they've come in from all over the country. Our department heads.
The first 2 weeks of mentorship, I mean, it's a lot of teaching. Let's see if I can catch any more. It's fun to see where the students are now. We're on week 4, day 17. We're getting there now. I think it's good to walk away.
I think everybody on this project is in a little bit over our heads. But the prerequisite for being used by God is self-doubt. And we are all being used by God.
All of us are here and gifted with different things by God, and all of those pieces are going to fit together and make a really incredible movie.
I think that I'm like way more capable of like hard labor than I thought I was.
I think I've definitely become more confident in myself in the process of being able to figure stuff out when there's a problem.
Making movies is hard, but it's definitely it's meaningful because it's bigger than you.
I definitely think God is teaching me patience. I have learned how to take things with stride.
We want the way that we make movies to reflect our Christian faith. That's almost more important to me, that our students are seeing that.
That's convenient, thank you.
I hope that they can take something of what we're doing and live out their faith no matter what movie set they're on.
Folks, that is a picture wrap. Woo! We just made our movie.
This is how we like to do it.
It's a beautiful day in Huntington, Indiana, and we've got a highly anticipated soccer matchup today inside of King Stadium on the campus of Huntington University. I'm Preston Husband along with my crew at FDN Sports, and it's the first night game in King Stadium history. The lights are up. This entire athletic facility here at Huntington University continues to get beautiful renovations, and the soccer team is one of those teams benefiting from the new lights here tonight. These two teams come in, both coming off a draw in their first match of the year. The visiting team is the St. Xavier Cougars out of Chicago, Illinois. And of course, the home team, the Huntington Foresters, coming off a 1-1 draw over the weekend. The girls played last night. They were able to come up victorious as well. And then Coach Russ Lawson's looking for his first win with this team this season. We'll take you through the starting lineup here really quick. First, for the home team, the Huntington Foresters. Staying in goal for the Foresters tonight, number 1, the junior out of the Netherlands, Dan Pellegrini. A graduate wearing number 6, a midfielder, Bernardo Coelho in the midfield. Igor Barbieri, another grad student out of Brazil, the team leader in goals last year, will be the dangerous attacker up top. Jackson Terry getting his first start at the collegiate level, a freshman out of Greenville, Ohio. Andre Camara, another forward, a sophomore out of Portugal, will get a chance. He had some impactful moments in the first game of the year. And then on the back line, Garrett Kleefecker and Cooper Foshi, who played really well in the first matchup of the year. And then rounding it up, the last 3 for the Foresters, 11, I should say 4. Coven Drenth, who's a freshman, he was man of the match in his first collegiate game. Owen Leland, who had the game-deciding assist. Colton Foster, the local Huntington kid. And finally, the goal scorer from game number 1, Sam Dolobapu. So that's the starting 11 for the Foresters. They'll be in their white kits tonight, looking to get in the win column for the first time on the young season. For the St. Xavier Cougars, traveling from Chicago, Illinois, a familiar foe in a lot of the sports that Huntington University takes part in, especially the basketball team over the last few years. A freshman wearing number 6 midfielder, Saul Lagunas, will be starting in the midfield today, along with Jaden Aguilera. He's a junior midfielder wearing number 7. Daniel Diaz, a sophomore defender. Fernando Barragan will be in there as well, wearing number 10. Nick Tomeo, Omar Arpicio, Donato Lagunas, Dorian Mahone, Valente Lara Jr., Anthony Moreno, and in goal for the first time this year, wearing number 88, Osvaldo Ramirez. We'll take a short break. We'll get the starting lineups out on the pitch. We'll have the national anthem, and we'll have some Forester soccer for you when you come back. Thanks for tuning in. Be back in just a few on FDN Sports.
University. Huntington University welcomes our players, officials, and spectators to the evening's contest. As a member of the AIA and the Crossroads League, we are committed to a true spirit of competition as championship character, embracing 5 core values: respect, integrity, responsibility, servant leadership.
Our identity in Him, that we're sons, we're daughters, and we're loved. And so we're going to sing a song about that. We want you guys to sing it with us. It says that we truly are worth more than gold. All right, put your hands together. Come on. I want to hear you sing it out, all right? If you know it, let me hear you sing it. You were walking on the moon. you're beautiful. Sticks and stones break your bones. I know what you're feeling. Words like those won't steal your glow. You're one in a million. This is for all the girls, boys all over the world. Whatever you've been told, you're worth more than gold. So hold your head up high. It's your time to shine. From the inside out it shows. You're worth more than gold. Yeah. Let's go. Put your hands together. Come on. Hey. Well, everybody keeps score. I think you're gonna lose. Just ignore. 'Cause they don't know the real you. And all the rain in the sky can't put out your fire. What's your name? Paige. I'll give it up for Paige tonight. Come on. Yeah, Paige. You shine bright as this. Paige, this is for all the girls, boys all over the world. Whatever you've been told, you're worth more than gold. So hold your head up high, 'cause it's your time to shine. From the inside out it shows. Say, you're worth more than gold. Put your hands up. But don't let anybody tell you that you're not loved. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not enough. There are days when we feel like we're messed up, but the truth is that we're all diamonds in the rough. So don't be ashamed to wear your crown. You're a king, you're a queen inside and out. You glow like the moon, shine like the stars. This is for you, wherever you are. Yeah. Hey, you got this thing. You're worth more than gold. So hold your head up high. It's your time to shine. From the inside out it shows. You're worth more than gold. Yeah. You're worth more than gold. Let's do the bridge again. So don't let anybody tell you that you're not loved. Don't let. There are days when we feel like we're, but the truth is that we're. So don't be ashamed to wear your crown. You're a king, you're a queen inside and out. You glow like the moon, shine like the stars. This is for you, wherever you are. Yeah. All right, let's bring it down. Hey, let me hear you say, sing this. You're worth more than gold. Yeah. You're worth more than gold. Do y'all believe that tonight? Yeah, say, I'm worth more than gold. Yes, you are, baby. Yes, you are. You're worth more than gold. I believe it, I believe it. I believe it, I believe it. I'm worth more than gold. Yeah. I'm worth more than gold. Great in you are.
inside King Stadium. It's Huntington University taking on the visiting St. Xavier Cougars. The Cougars coming in 0-1 right now. The Foresters standing at the same, both coming off draws in their first game of the season. The Foresters playing at home in that first match, but tonight it's a little extra special. The inaugural home game here at Huntington University for Foresters soccer, and we are hoping to have an exciting one between these two sides. The Foresters choosing wisely tonight, wearing their white jerseys as the temperature is reaching near triple digits today in Huntington, Indiana. It'll be even hotter tomorrow, and they're looking to start this season off hot with a win against St. Xavier here tonight. We've gone through the national anthem, we've gone through the lineups for both sides, and we're just about ready for soccer. The Foresters coming off a thrilling draw in the first game of the year with Sam Dolobapu, who scored with just 11 seconds left to draw in the first game for HU. Tonight, they're looking to get a little more than that against a St. Xavier team that's coming off a pretty good result as well. The last time out, St. Xavier played the number 3 team in the country, Rio Grande, and they were able to get a draw out of that match as well. Foresters, of course, led by Russ Lawson in his 24th season with the Foresters. And for the Cougars, it's Ed Vucinic in his 20th season for the Cougars. We're underway. We've got a good one in store for you here tonight at King Stadium. Eventually, you'll see the new lights implemented in this match as the Foresters early trying to apply some pressure. Coach Russ Lawson talking about this matchup earlier in the week. He knows that the Cougars are probably flying high right now after getting a draw against the number 3 team in the nation. The Foresters, however, grabbed some momentum in the last few seconds of their last match as well and look to carry that over here today. You see Jackson Terry getting his first career start for the Foresters. He had a big influence on the game in the second half, sending a lot of free kick balls into the box and creating some havoc from the back line on offense as well. Coven Drenth with his first touch of the night, man of the match, a freshman making his first appearance his last time out, gets another start here this evening. Terry trying to work it to the middle to Dolobapu, strong midfielder, just a freshman. Camara gives it off all the way back to Terry. It's Pellegrini again in goal. He's coming off a really strong game where he came up with a huge save in the second half of that match as well. Foresters working through the middle with Drenth. Nice move here by Coelho, sends it forward, and that's going to be an easy handle by a goalkeeper making his first appearance of the year, Osvaldo Ramirez. Cougars in their red kits, and right now the Foresters continue to press that high line and force the Cougars to throw it in deep in their own territory. The Cougars are coming off an okay year last year, 5-10-3, but Vucinic, one of the most successful coaches in Cougars history in 2010 and 11, the 2 best seasons in their short stint as a soccer program. Cougars now have a chance here to run up ahead to Aguilara. He gets his first touch of the night. Tries to work it to the far side, and he'll do just that, opening up the pitch here a little bit for the Cougars. Just a few minutes into this one, the Cougars trying to strike first, but a nice job by Terry intercepting right at the top of the 18. Foresters trying to recollect, and they'll do so just for a moment as Barbieri caught a cleat there and is helped back up. So far here, early no shots, just 3 minutes in. Cougars, though, having a few good chances on offense here so far. Drenth holds off the offensive player and gets the ball back for HU. Well, now we'll try to work it wide. It's Camara who's got it. He showed some really bright spots in that first game and continues to do here early. Dolobapu now taking some space in the middle, up to Barbieri. Huntington trying to get the first chance of the night. Kamara steps over the ball, loses possession, but grabs it back. Coelho in the middle, out wide to Foshi. Foshi sends one down the right side. That's Colton Foster, Huntington native, unable to get it into the box. Strength nearly steps in, and then Foshi does, but the Cougars get it back for a moment. Crucial step in there for Kleefecker as Terry rips it down. Dolo Bapu again working in the middle. Freshman coming off a goal in his first career game. This one's up to Barbieri, and he's just offside as he was trying to cut that one back. But the Foresters putting together some pretty good runs here in the early going. Just 5 minutes into this one, as Kleefecker will let that one slide back, and he's actually forced to knock that out. That's going to be a corner kick for the Cougars, and it looks like Russ Lawson giving his goalkeeper Pellegrini a little instruction to go grab that ball before it can go out. It'll be Fernando Barragan sitting this one in. He's coming off a really nice year with 5 goals and 3 assists. And he scored in the first game of the year as well, now trying to initiate some action here for the Cougars. Little confusion as the Cougars thought maybe the official thought it was a throw-in. Instead, it's a corner. Barragan will trigger this one, sends it into the box. This one's long, and Terry just gets it away, and Pellegrini rises up to rip it down. Another crucial intervention there for Terry as he avoids the Cougars getting on the board first. Foresters playing in the wind here in this first half, similar to their first game. As Foshi and Kleefecker continue to possess it in the back. This one's overran, and Leland, who had the assist in the first game, is on it now, his first touch of the evening. Ball sent ahead, Foster trying to chase it down, and once again it's Ramirez stepping up and pulling it away. Ramirez, one of the many players out of Chicago for this St. Xavier team, of course, just right down the road. And he was a prep player, highly touted recruit for this team, and he makes his first start here tonight. It was Andre Zamora who started in goal the last game for this team. But a little different change here for the Cougars. Cougars trying to get their offense going. This one's sent ahead. Pellegrini will go grab that one. And no real threat there from St. Xavier here to start. Foshi and Kleefecker continue to try to switch the field. Freshman Terry, as mentioned, making his first start, will send it down. Camera's on it now. He'll take the middle of the field. He's got some space to run, just loses possession. Barbieri was cutting on the left side to the ball. Foster rips it back. Drenth over to Foshi. Forrester's doing a really nice job possessing and switching field right now, opening up down the left side. That's where we saw Terry and Camera be most dangerous in the first game. Dolobapu uses his strength and turns nicely. Unable to make up much ground, and the Cougars repossess. Cougars a chance to counter here if they can get it through the middle, but Kleefecker steps up and knocks it away. 8 minutes in, scoreless. Inaugural night game at King Stadium. Right now the players are wishing that sun would go down just a little bit. We'll see if we have a water break like we did in the women's game last night as well. Foshi sends one ahead. Colton Foster trying to run it down. Runs out of steam, but a trip by the defense. Foster inside. Barbieri can't get there, and a near own goal, but it was a great save by Ramirez, who steps over and swats it down. Almost disastrous here for the Cougars early. Great ball by Foster, but Ramirez up to the test. His first save of the night. Foresters try to draw blood early, unable to do so. If a defender doesn't get a step in there, though, it looks like Barbieri has a tap in. Just unable to get all the way to that ball. And once again, Osvaldo Ramirez with a great stop at the line. Drenth sends it forward. A lot of open space down the right side. This is where the goal came from the Foresters the first time. Ball into the box. Barbieri on the end of it. Heads it away. Shot again. And this one, I believe, is deflected out for a corner. So now the chances coming in very quick succession here for the Foresters. 3 really good looks. Just unable to punch one in yet, but a lot of chances starting to come the Foresters' way. It'll be Bernardo Coelho who sends this one into the box. Dolo Bapiu, an obvious target, already 1 goal. A really good athlete in the middle. Sent his way, but too long. See if the Foresters can keep it in, and Drenth will do just that. And it's deflected off the Cougars, and it'll be a Cougar throw-in. Talk about a really impactful freshman, Coven Drenth, in his first collegiate game, named man of the match. He did an incredible job winning balls in the middle of the pitch and distributing balls to the middle of the field as well. Those were some really high remarks from his head coach, Russ Lawson, and he's obviously got a bright future, already off to a great start here at HU. Cougars want to try to run the other way. Barragan hands off to Aguilara. Now they'll work down the left side. This one's sent towards the middle, wide open on the backside for the Cougars, and a big step in then by Terry, as it was Mahone who had a nearly wide open right side of the goal, but Terry steps in and knocks that one over the bar. See this ball played perfectly to the foot of Mahone, and Terry just sticks his boot in front of it and forces a corner instead of a goal. First corner from this side, Nick Tomeo will be the one sending it in with his left foot. Sent long, looked like a high boot there, but nothing by the main official. Cougars will have a chance to reset. Pellegrini comes off his line, retreats, and it goes out for a goal kick. So after a little bit of a slow start by both sides, both attacks really picking up here in this first half. Once again, the Cougars playing with a ton of confidence, coming off a 1-1 draw against the #3 team in the entire nation. And the Foresters, getting a late goal from Dolo Bapiu, have to feel some momentum after it looked like they were surely going to drop the first match of the year. Instead, they stand at 0-0-1. Kleefecker resets, looks for a long ball, instead gives it off to Coelho, and he'll get it right back. As now Drenth drops deep and will work from behind. Foshi pushing forward for the Foresters here tonight, as Coelho's dropping back in the midfield. HU continues to work through there. That high press of the Cougars putting a little pressure on the Foresters. They'll try to reset. Drenth out to Foshi. Foshi now in the middle. Leland loses it, and it's knocked out on him, and the Cougars will have the throw-in. There was a goal set up by Owen Leland in the last game for the Foresters. He made a great run down the right side of the pitch and delivered a perfect ball to Dolo Bapiu, and it was nothing but the front of the net for him as he delivered the first goal of the Foresters season. Almost another here tonight for HU, just nothing happening yet for either side, but plenty of good chances. Kleefecker and Foshi once again working out of the back. They trust those two defenders to really possess the ball, and they've done a great job of that here early. Pellegrini getting his second nod of the year. The Foresters just trying to find some open midfielders here as the defenders are doing a lot of the work. Coelho dropping back once again. Terry continues to remain on the left side over here, waiting to see which way the Foresters might go. Coelho continues to possess with Kleefecker. Now Kleefecker wants to start to attack. Terry comes up, sends it to the middle, finds Drenth. Drenth over to Coelho. Coelho, a midfielder, dropping back here tonight. Foshi joining the attack. Foshi up ahead, Barbieri, no flag yet, and now it comes up, and Barbieri just a step offside for the second time tonight. Looks like he had a chance for a one-on-one there with Ramirez, but instead he's offside, and the second early one here tonight for the Foresters. It's a little bit of a delayed raise there from the linesman. Either way, it's a second offsides. Cougars trying to respond here quickly. Kleefecker gives it off to Foshi, sends it up towards Leland, and he just heads it out. So it'll be another Cougars throw-in. Something that the Foresters were really trying to do a better job of here tonight was their space awareness. Coach Russ Lawson thought their spacing could have been a lot better, could have held their shape better, and tonight I think they've done that well. Another chance here for the Cougars, and a big save by Pellegrini at the line. As for the second time tonight, Mahone was in against Pellegrini and couldn't finish. Foresters now try to counter. This one's sent forward to Leland. He's able to run it down. So Pellegrini coming up big once again in goal. That is his second one-on-one save of the really young season already. Foresters can't collect on the counter attack. You've seen Mahone really having a lot of the action. Crucial step in there once again by Kleefecker as he continues to step up big for the defense. This game's really coming to life right now for both sides. Mahone in the middle, 2 shots, 1 on goal, 1 deflected over by Terry. This long ball's sent too far, and Pellegrini will pick it up. 15 minutes gone in the first half. Both sides with really good chances to score the first goal of the match. Terry keeps working it back with Kleefecker. Barbieri trying to make some runs towards the ball as well. This one's sent to the middle. Barbieri thought he was going to have the ball at his feet, but instead it's a good deflection by Arpicio. Sent all the way back to Ramirez, and the Cougars recollect. Out wide is Lara Jr. He's going to send it forward. Forrester's asking for an offsides. It's Barragan who runs down, and Kleefecker does a great job holding him off, and it's an easy pickup for Pellegrini. Barragan, a really dangerous player. We mentioned the 5 goals last season, 3 assists as well. And coming off a season last year where he scored 10 goals and had 10 assists. So definitely the man to watch for the Cougars here tonight. He's also the one that scored the first goal of the season for the Cougars. Pellegrini getting a lot of touches here tonight, trying to reset and keep that shape for the Foresters. No subs for either side so far. We did hear from Ed Vucinic that we'd probably see a lot of players for the Cougars here tonight, just trying to get everyone in shape and game ready before they jump into conference play down the road. Long ball up here to Barbieri. He had a one-on-one chance in the first game. This time it's 3-on-1. Igor tries to dribble through, goes to his left foot, tries to find Drenth. Instead it goes up to Camara. Camara ripped away. Terry steps back in. Foresters trying to keep the attack on here. Long ball up towards Leland, knocked away, and now the Cougars repossess. Really good play through the middle here from Aguilera. Back over to Mahone. He's been a main part of their offensive attack here today, and sends this one too long. And it'll be a throw-in for the Foresters. Delabapu giving instructions to his fellow freshman Terry as he moves it back over to Kleefecker, now to Foshi. Those two seeing a lot of the ball here early. Huntington trying to work out of the back, and that's the first foul of the game for either side as the Cougars are a little too aggressive. And the Foresters will get a free kick right around midfield. Terry steps up, working with Camera down the left side. It's an overlapping run here in the middle, and nearly a good touch there by Coelho. He does win it back. Camera through a few defenders. Barbieri in the middle. Camera through the middle, and Barbieri just could not get a foot on it, knocked away by the Cougars. Coelho will let that one head out. That was another great chance created once again on the left wing by Camera. He continues to provide some instant offense. Barbieri tries winning this one near the box. Knocked away, and he's going to pick up a foul. As a little too physical in the box, the Cougars will get a free kick. So Huntington at least 3 to 4 really good chances at net here. Maybe just one touch away from starting the scoring. Either way, Russ Lawson has to enjoy what his team's giving him here so far on the attack tonight. Terry will throw it into Camera again. This one's knocked out of play. It'll be another throw-in. Terry with another throw in. He's going to try going long here to Barbieri, who heads it on, but too much on it, out of play. This game already has a little more life than the first match for the Foresters. It felt like Huntington had to really fight to get back into that game the entire time, and they were able to do so. And through that, Coach Lawson believes his team has really gained a lot of character and a lot of heart, and that was a good first game for them to experience, especially a lot of these guys in their first collegiate match, and they came up big. Camera tries to go to Dolo Bapu, can't do so. Cougars repossess with Mahone, but stepping in is Coelho. Foresters have another chance to run here through the middle. Barbieri can't get on the end of it, and another big step there by the Cougars defensively. That time it was Anthony Moreno who came up with a crucial stop. Terry able to get it away. Kleefecker tries to play through the middle to Dolo Bapu, and he's ripped down, and that'll be a free kick again around midfield. Foresters choose to play quick. Barbieri with Camera. Good run through the middle by Foster. Tries getting on to Barbieri. Now he's got it. Goes to his left foot, rips a shot, couldn't get enough on it, and it's an easy save for Ramirez. Barbieri really creating a lot of havoc right now against this Cougars defense. Mentioned his huge year last year, coming off a 14-goal campaign with 2 assists. 30 points overall for him. Big interception there by Kleefecker. Terry rips it down, likes going to that left foot. Plays it up, and it's too wide for Camera. Still no subs, 22 minutes in. Mahone going down the right side. He's got 2 shots. Good play there by Kleefecker to rip it away. Camara and Kleefecker. Mahone coming back into the play. Coelho dangerously spins around and opens up the pitch once again for the Foresters. Barbieri, physical, gets the ball. He's got several offensive helpers in front of him, and he's ripped down in the middle of the pitch. And maybe a tactical foul there by the Cougars, as it looked like Barbieri could have turned into some space. Barbieri had the whole right side of the pitch there. He was getting ready to play a ball. It looked like it had to Leland, but could not get it off. And instead, it's a midfield free kick once again. Be Bernardo Coelho who sends this one in. Towards the box, looking for Sam Dolo Bapu. Camera's going to come up with it. Working down the left flank, trying to get a ball into the box here. Rips it back to his right foot. Long ball over, headed down, and easily picked up once again by Ramirez with the Foresters. Another good chance right inside the goal scoring area. Just could not get that one to go. Foshi is going to pick up a foul there. Try to get you some statistics for this game here tonight as you see Foshi just being a little too aggressive in front of his own bench. Another ball sent forward. Mahone can't get to it. It's headed away by Kleefecker, and Coelho comes up with it. Camera now has some space to run. Dolobapu running down the line, and it's easily intercepted there by Arpacio, and he'll bed back the other way, and it's another foul on the Foresters, this time on camera. Camera just reaching there a little bit, unable to get to that one. This one sent into the box. Pellegrini thought about coming in, and the defenders kind of let it drop in, but he's able to scoop it up. So no threat for the Cougars once again as the Foresters try to recycle and get the offense going once again. Terry to Camera. Foster tries dropping it off to Dolobapu, loses it away. And the Cougars now try to repossess. Sent through the middle, big step, and now it looks like the Cougars can be off and running. Another chance for St. Xavier. Good step there by Kleefecker and Terry. Ripped the ball away, and now the Foresters maybe can run the other way. Leland resets. He's going to find Foster up the right side. Now a good run here by Barbieri in the middle. Dolobapu stays back, has the ball now. Continue on the right side, long shot and just wide. Dolobapu looking for his second goal in as many games. And it looks like we'll have our first water break of the match. So 25 minutes in, lots of chances for both sides. The Foresters have had some really good looks at goal. They've forced 2 saves so far from Osvaldo Ramirez, and he's been up for the test. For Pellegrini, it's only been 1 save, but St. Xavier also has had some really good chances right around the goal as well. It's 4 shots for HU, 2 on goal. 2 shots for St. Xavier, just 1 on goal. So as mentioned in the pregame, another water break here tonight. Still 87 degrees here in Huntington, Indiana. Real feel still right around 100 degrees. So a little rehydration and time to try to get some energy back and see if the Foresters can make a push here in the next 20 minutes of this first half. Foresters will be back in action here on Saturday afternoon. The men's soccer team will be playing at 3 p.m. There are some rumblings potential of the volleyball team getting able to play in the new Platt Arena on Saturday as well. We'll wait to see if that comes to be a possibility by that time. Obviously, Huntington University getting a ton of makeovers here this year, and it's going to really provide pleasure to the viewers, but also to the athletes who've worked so hard to get to the collegiate level. And now you're seeing, you know, the soccer team even here tonight getting able to play under the lights once it does become dark enough for the first time in Huntington University soccer history. So just allows them some more flexibility with basketball coming up, volleyball. You could have 4 sporting events here in one day, and with some lights, you don't make everything so tight in scheduling for the athletic department as well. Well, we'll get back to action here. Both teams sticking with their first 11 so far in this match. 25 minutes gone. Both teams have had real chances to get something in the back of the net here early, get a just final touch on a shot, and haven't been able to do so. As it looks like we will have our first sub of the day. The Foresters will make a change. It'll be Igor Barbieri that steps out. And João Ratinho will make his first appearance tonight. He was a crucial part of the Foresters' attack in his first match of the year. Really good footwork, tries to work a lot of balls through the middle. As Mahone comes up on this one, knocks it down. Jackson Terry steps in and rips it away. Terry does lose it, but Foster steps back in, gets it back to Kleefecker. Kleefecker working to Drenth. He misses on the pass attempt, and now the Cougars back towards goal. Long shot, a little too high, as Aguilera was looking for a long left-footed attempt, just couldn't get it on goal. A lot of the early work has come from the back line of the Foresters. They continue to switch fields and try to open up the flanks against this St. Xavier defense as they try to do it again here, but a little too long for Leland. St. Xavier back in possession. They try to work through the middle, can't do so. Drenth comes up with the loose ball. And sending it up top. Leland now tries going across the pitch here. Kamara trying to wait for it to come down, but headed away. Dolobapu steps up in the midfield. He'll grab it. Got some options in the middle with Coelho and Drenth. Drenth out wide to Foshi. Foshi's really been involved in the attack here today. Kleefecker once again. Terry continues to be an option on the left side. Coach Russ Lawson telling his team to space out once again. That's what he wanted to see his team do better. Big chance here for the Foresters if they can get on the end of it. Shot is just wide with the left foot. João Ratinho had an open left side of the goal, just couldn't connect, but it's another big chance for the Foresters. Still remains 0-0. Ratinho worked hard to work through this run and get on the end of it, just shot it a little too wide. But once again, as he was in the first game, really impactful player for this attack. Foresters sending it ahead. Excuse me, it was Cougars, and the Foresters come up with it on the header from Terry. Foster through the middle. Once again, another chance here for Ratinho. He'll shoot it again, and it's a falling save by Ramirez. So Ratinho is coming to the match for about 5 minutes, and he's already got 2 shots, one of them on goal. Long ball ahead here by the Cougars. Unable to get on to the end of it, but another good run by Aguilera, as he continues to be right in the middle of everything for St. Xavier. Pellegrini's been tested once, and he stood the test. He made a great save early in this match to keep it to no goals. Camera trying to get on the end of a long ball here. He'll try to fight through the contact, and it's going to be a foul on the defender for the Cougars. Physical play there by Lara Jr. Camara takes the brunt of it, and it'll set up for a pretty dangerous free kick here for HU. Bernardo Coelho will be the one to send it in. A graduate student in his first season at Huntington University. Going to try to wrap this one in the box, see if HU can grab the first goal of this match. Coelho waits for the signal. Ball into the box, a long one, trying to get on the end of it. Where the Foresters, it falls down to Leland, it looked like, and punched away just in time by Ramirez. Now the Cougars can come back, but instead shutting down the counterattack was Drenth as he steps in and knocks that one away. It was actually Leland on the end of that one, forcing the Cougars to a throw-in instead of maybe a chance on goal. Forster and Cougars still stuck at no goals here. This ball's ahead for Mahone again. Terry works hard, and he's able to knock it away as Mahone looked like he had another chance there. He's already got 2 shots tonight as Terry just continues to play great defense down the left side. Does lose it here, Mahone back on it. He'll try to work through Dolobapu, easily shoves him off the ball. Ahead to Ratinho, nice touch. Hands it off to Kamara, who sends it ahead. Ratinho already with 2 shots, looking for potentially his third. Foster sits in the middle, and he tried sneaking it in there, just a little too close to the goalkeeper Ramirez, but Ratinho has really brought the energy for the Foresters here in his first 5 minutes. Holden Foster in the middle of things here. It'll be 2 more subs for the Foresters. It looks like Pedro Borges will make his first appearance. He played a lot of minutes in that first match in the midfield. He did pick up a yellow card, but also created a lot of chances off of set pieces. And then another Forester coming in, number 2, Manuel Diaz. He started the first game of the year. He's also got 1 yellow after that first match, but he can provide a little offense as a defender as well. Cougars make a few changes. Mahone staying in there, though, as he continues to put the pressure on Diaz, who's just into the game, and he knocks it out for a throw-in. Borges wearing number 33. He's out of Portugal, one of the many on the Foresters team that come from Portugal and have now found their home in Huntington, Indiana for a little bit during their collegiate soccer days. Foresters get it away. Foster up top to Camera. Tries to work through the middle of the pitch. Hands it off to Drenth, but it's knocked away for a moment. Now Foshi out wide. Good run by Borges. Nothing there for Foshi. They'll reset. Now Borges gets it. Another change for the Foresters here, as that'll be Alex Owanovsky coming in, playing in his first match of the year. Just 2 so far for the Foresters, and instantly finds the ball on his foot, gets knocked away, and the Cougars repossess. Cougars continue to use these long balls forward, allowing their attackers to try to run it down with their speed. Diaz is there, back to Kleefecker, through the middle to Drenth, and it's knocked away, and Drenth holding off the defender, and it looks like that's going to be the first yellow of the day, as Drenth is going to be booked for the first time in his collegiate career. The Cougars had a chance to counter and kind of get back here, but just holding Barragan back enough to avoid an attack, and Drenth is in the book for the first time. Aguilar coming off an all-first team season in 2021. He was the freshman of the year in that season as well. Impactful player as he hits this one just a little too long. Aguilar in his first game against Rio Grande played 77 minutes and had 7 shots, 4 on goal. So obviously creates a lot of chances for this Cougar side, as Amador checks in for the first time tonight for the Foresters as well. So an abundance of changes here for Russ Lawson, trying to get some fresh legs on the pitch for this last 11 minutes of the first half. Cougars rip it away. A couple chances in the middle, but it's a big step in by Foshi as he got just enough of the ball. And the Foresters get a reset. Huntington potentially dodging a bullet there with a giveaway in the last third. Amador working hard to keep the ball with HU. Drenth all the way back near his own goal, sends it ahead. Open space here for Borges, doesn't collect the touch, and it's knocked back to Kleefecker. He's going to let that one go out for a throw-in. Foresters trying to keep it in. They do just that, and instead it's out for a Cougars throw-in. Owanofsky did not play in the first game of the year out of North Royalton, Ohio, but did play in 19 games last season. So someone else that can be a really crucial piece of the Foresters this season. Coutinho was waiting on that one. Owanofsky making an aggressive run towards the midfield. It'll be Diaz throwing it in. Pellegrini with just one test tonight. So far, he's passed it. Foshi looking for a long run down the right side. Amador trying to get on the end of it. He won't be able to chase it down, but does force a deep throw in. Foshi, the defender on the right side, will be the one throwing it in towards the box. Ratinho gets a chest on it. It's Owanofsky who gets it next. Borges, and now back to Owanofsky. This is Owanofsky, excuse me. He's got a chance towards the middle. Falls to Borges, wraps it around, and just can't get enough bend on it. As he had a good look at goal, just a little too wide off the right. Ramirez looked like he had it covered, but once again, the Foresters taking chances and nearly collecting the first goal of the match. Ramirez choosing to play short here. Cougars continue to use these long balls over the top. Kleefecker continues to answer those as Borges comes down with it for a moment, knocked away by Coelho. And now the Cougars try to get it through the middle. Owanofsky knocked down, and then the Foresters recollect through the middle with Foster. Foster straight ahead. Ratinho is off sides, and for the third time tonight, the Foresters caught off by just a few steps. Ratinho was looking to bag his first goal of the season, but unable to stay in line with the defender, and instead it's another chance for HU that does not lead to a goal quite yet. Cougars working down the left side now as Mourinho's on the end of it. Mourinho continues to work with Barragan. Keep in mind, number 10 for the Cougars, Barragan, is one of their best players. Mourinho again, back to Barragan. Barragan through the middle, he's ripped down just on the edge of the box. So it's not a penalty, but it's a dangerous free kick here, as it was Amador just reaching in a little too aggressively. And right now, maybe the best chance for the Cougars to set up a set piece right on the edge of the 18-yard box. It'll be Barragan over top of it. 10 goals, 10 assists in 2021. 9 goals, 12 assists in 2019. He's already got one on the year. Barragan tries to go towards goal, and it's a little too high. No test for Pellegrini. And that first really good set piece chance from Barragan looks like he was going for goal, just a little too tall.
Substitutions. Number 29, Andy Lomelli. Number 22, Pablo Guerrero. And number 25, Sebastian Palma.
So a couple of changes again for the Cougars, trying to keep fresh legs in there once again. As number 29, Andy Lomelli comes in for the first time, usually wearing number 12, a little change up tonight for the Cougars. Cougars trying to reset through the midfield. It's knocked out of play. It'll be another Forester throw-in. Pablo Guerrero also in for the Cougars on that last switch. So he's in for the first time tonight. Coelho working forward, and Ratinho unable to come up with it. This ball's sent ahead and out for another throw-in. Foshi, long throw ahead. Ratinho on the end of it. Got a chance right on the edge here, gets knocked away, trying to avoid a throw-in, but instead the Foresters will get another one. Oshie trying to use a throw-in as a weapon here for the Foresters. This one's a little shorter than the last one, but it is forcing the Cougars to play away, and here comes the high press for the Cougars. Kleefecker able to handle for a moment. The Cougars try to run it down, and they do so, and that's knocked off of the Foresters for a throw-in. Kleefecker was forced to one-touch that ball and nearly gave it away to the Cougars, sprinting back in transition. Drenth picks up another foul here. A little too aggressive when against the new player into the game for the Cougars. Once again, that's Andy Lamelli. Usually wears number 12, number 29 tonight for the Cougs. He's got it now, sends it towards the box. Big step in by the Foresters, and a crucial interception at that to keep it out of the box. Pellegrini will come up and collect this one. It was Diaz who got a foot in there right at the end to force the Cougars to retreat. Oshie and Kleefecker and Pellegrini continue to touch a lot of the ball working out of the back. Kleefecker to Drenth in the middle. Gray collects back to Kleefecker. He's forced to play it out wide to Diaz. It's a ball that not enough on it to Owanofsky. He'll go in for a throw-in. Owanofsky trying to play solid defense here, and it looks like it's going to stay with the Cougars. Drenth on it, couple hands on him from the defender. Field opening up here a little bit for Amador and Borges. Borges lobs it ahead. Ratinho trying to run it down and can't do so as Ramirez steps up and collects. Borges able to turn and take some space, unable to find the last man for the attack for HU though. Now just 3 minutes left in this first half. Sun finally starting to set here, as once again we'll finally have lights here at Huntington University in King Stadium. Cougars trying to attack here, potentially one of their last attempts here in the first half. Cougars working through the middle, it's ripped away, Foster has it. Foresters now will try to attack. Borges, Ratinho making an overlapping run. Down the left side, Owanofsky, but Borges loses the touch and now regains. Amador back to Foshi, sends it forward, and it's knotted down. The Cougars once again regain possession, and maybe a little too aggressive here by Borges as he loses that one. Cougars trying to attack down the right side now. This is Eduardo Ramirez, his first touch of the match. Ramirez, 1-2 work, and offsides there by the Cougars, their first of the evening. Foresters with a handful of changes here in this first half. A lot different look to the players on the pitch right now for HU. Same can be said for the Cougars. A lot of players playing for both sides, partially because of the heat and the non-conference season, trying to figure out who your best 11 are here early. Ramirez with his feet with just over a minute remaining in the first half. A game full of energy and full of chances for both sides. Huntington looks like they might have the last one here. Diaz, a long throw up top to Foster. He can't get to it. And the Cougars will recollect on the back line. It's been a strong outing by Donato Lagunas. And the back line that he's patrolling right now for the Cougars, and it's another foul on the Foresters, this time on Borges. One final chance here for the Cougars down the left side. And that'll be offsides once again. So the final ticks of this first half. It's been some really good opportunities at goal for the Cougars. It was a big save early in the game by Dan Pellegrini, but the same could be said for the goalkeeper Ramirez, who saved a near own goal. Cougars with 5 seconds left, heading down the right side. It doesn't look like they'll get a last attempt off, and they won't, and we'll head to the half in a scoreless draw. Chances for both sides, nothing quite yet, as the home Foresters, when they come back out, should have a chance to experience the new lights here at King Stadium. We're going to take a short break, so show you some of the commercials made by some of the talented students here at Huntington University, and we'll come back out with some stats in the second half between Huntington University and the St. Xavier Cougars. You're watching FDN Sports. We'll be back in just a few moments.
I'm Megan Hosteller. I'm the producer of the In the Beginning, Our Purpose event, and currently we are getting ready for Britt Nicole to come in and just have an intimate worship night with here at HU with all of our students. We're currently getting ready for the camera team to come in, as well as the lighting and everything like that. Our whole team has just put in a lot of effort and time into this event, and we're just really excited to see how it pays off.
One of the big goals for this project is from our community. We want to bring people into this worship night to come in and have a really great experience, to be impacted. We want people to come in and worship God, and ultimately the goal is about finding our purpose. A lot of people are trying to figure out, hey, what's my purpose? Where am I supposed to be going? What am I supposed to be doing the next 5, 10 years? There's going to be a lot of change happening. So what am I supposed to be doing? So the goal of the event is to help people find that purpose through worshiping God, through asking the Holy Spirit to grant us wisdom in these moments, grant us wisdom this night as we sing praises to you, as we receive wisdom from you, as we receive your truth tonight, and ultimately come together in a corporate community to praise you together.
When I saw the name of this, actually the first time I saw it, I think was like on Instagram, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. In the beginning, our purpose, like this is truly why we were designed and created, was to worship God, you know? And so I love the name of it. I love that, you know, they had a heart and a vision to bring this to their school. And honestly, I've just been so excited, like leading up this whole month, just my spirit has felt really excited and stirred for what God is going to do tonight. What's cool about it is it doesn't feel like it's about like one particular person. It just feels like, even the way it's set up, it just feels like this is about everyone and just coming together for one purpose. He's reminding us tonight of our identity in him, that we're sons, we're daughters, and we're loved. And so we're going to sing a song about that. We want you guys to sing it with this. It says that we truly are worth more than gold. All right, put your hands together, come on. I want to hear you sing it out, all right? If you know it, let me hear you sing it. You were walking on the moon, now you're feeling low, oh, oh. What they said wasn't true, nah, you're beautiful, oh. Sticks and stones break your bones, I know what you're feeling. Words like those won't steal your glow. You're one in a million. This is for all the girls, boys all over the world. Whatever you've been told, you're worth more than gold. So hold your head up high, it's your time to shine. From the inside out it shows, you're worth more than gold. Yeah, let's go, put your hands together, come on, hey. worth more than gold. Yeah. You're worth more than gold. Do y'all believe that tonight? Yeah, say, I'm worth more than gold. Yes, you are, baby. Yes, you are. You're worth more than gold. I believe it, I believe it. I believe it, I believe it. I'm worth more than gold. Yeah. I'm worth more than gold. Great in you are. Worth more than gold. Yes, you are. You're worth more than gold. You're worth more than gold. Let me hear you, Indiana.
We're making a movie!
Okay, 117 Echo, take one, cover mark.
And action.
I'm the script supervisor.
I'm first AC for camera A.
Second AD.
Best boy electric.
Focus puller.
I'm about to run this right here and man the camera.
Speed.
Thank you, bye-bye. We've got over 25 students that have worked really hard all semester preparing for this month-long experience.
Oh yeah, the standards have definitely been raised. You ready for me or no?
Normally we do films in 3 days.
We do a lot of student films.
And this has been like 4 weeks plus an entire semester of prep.
This is just insanely different.
The respect that I have for anybody doing group work on a feature film is through the roof.
On set this week, we have Stephen Baldwin.
Let's leave him to do the miracles and me to handle the business.
On the technical side, it was better than anything I've ever experienced before. Kudos to Huntington University.
I'm afraid our conversation ends right here.
We also have casted Bethany Lind. She's on Ozarks and a DC series right now.
You just left, you didn't call, I thought you were dead.
I think this is an amazingly immersive experience. I wish I had had something like this.
Pros come in, and they've come in from all over the country. Our department heads.
The first 2 weeks of mentorship, I mean, it's a lot of teaching. Let's see if I can catch any more. It's fun to see where the students are now. We're on week 4, day 17. We're getting there now. I think it's good to walk away.
I think everybody on this project is in a little bit over our heads. But the prerequisite for being used by God is self-doubt. And we are all being used by God.
All of us are here and gifted with different things by God, and all of those pieces are going to fit together and make a really incredible movie.
I think that I'm like way more capable of like hard labor than I thought I was.
I think I've definitely become more confident in myself and the process of being able to figure stuff out when there's a problem.
Making movies is hard, but it's definitely it's meaningful because it's bigger than you.
I definitely think God is teaching me patience. I have learned how to take things with stride.
We want the way that we make movies to reflect our Christian faith. That's almost more important to me, that our students are seeing that.
That's convenient, thank you.
I hope that they can take something of what we're doing and live out their faith no matter what movie set they're on.
Folks, that is a picture wrap. We just made our movie. An eventful first half in King Stadium. Maybe the best chance for the Foresters by João Ratinho, just unable to connect. And that was kind of the story of the first half for both sides. No goals in the first half between the Huntington Foresters and the St. Xavier Cougars. I want to say something before we kind of get back into the action here. I've been told that the goalkeeper's name for Huntington University is Pellegrini. I want to apologize. I believe the pronunciation guide is wrong. I'm going to go with Pellegrini the rest of the way. I've talked to some HU staff on campus. I've heard it from the coaching staff a different way. So I want to apologize and make sure that I'm saying that name correctly. You can always find me on social media at Preston_husband. You can tweet me. You can say whatever you want to me. As long as I'm getting the names right, I take this very seriously, and I want to make sure that I'm getting all the names right. And Way Team as well, use that comment section on YouTube to let us know how our awesome staff here at HU and our crew on FTN Sports is doing. We are doing our best to get all these names right. I've practiced them the last few days, and I apologize. I'll go with Dan Pellegrin the rest of the way. We've got 45 minutes left to go. It's been a hot night, but the wind picking up now, and the feel around King Stadium is a little different here tonight. It's the first night game in HU soccer history. We've got 4 light stands that are put up here at Huntington University, and these guys are ultra excited to get this second half underway. We also want to thank you for tuning in wherever you may be tonight. I know we've got some listeners from Dallas, Texas. Ellie Lawson, the coach's daughter, listening in as well. I was told to give her a shout out. And anyone else tuning in, we appreciate your support of Huntington men's soccer and all Huntington University soccer events and athletic events throughout this entire school year. The visitors, St. Xavier, heading back onto the pitch. They had several chances in the first half as well. They did a really nice job exposing the back line of the Foresters, but the back line once again standing tall for Huntington University and not allowing those chances to lead to a goal. So just 1 minute till we head back. So we've got 1 minute left until the second half of this match. We'll take a short break, and I'll come back with some final stats, and we'll let you know what's going on here in this second half and see if the Foresters can break through. Back at King Stadium, we got 45 minutes to decide either a winner or potentially another draw between these two sides. That's how both these sides started their year. One of them would love to come up with a victory, and they've both had good chances in that first half. Now it's just the final factor of finishing and putting the ball into the net. And HU really had some really good chances. We showed the one when we came back from halftime. That shot by Ratinho that just went a little wide, but it was more than just that. It took some big saves from Osvaldo Ramirez, but also Dan Pellegrin on the other side for the Foresters came up with a big save, and that's the reason why this game is scoreless at the moment. So we've got an exciting finish here. Last 45 between St. Xavier and Huntington University. These players getting to play under the lights tonight for the first time in HU soccer history. A lot of exciting things happening on this beautiful campus in Huntington, Indiana. Tonight, an extremely warm night, and there's been a ton of action in this one so far. Looks like the Foresters will start with the starting 11 out there once again, and we are back underway. Huntington and St. Xavier locked at a scoreless draw after the first 45 minutes. Delabapu quickly working with Coelho. They'll swing it over in front of us to Foshi. Foshi working with Leland. Foshi gets it back, barely is able to regain. Down the right side, Foster, the Huntington native, trying to chase it down. Can't do so, and the Cougars will try to recollect. Stepping in there is Leland. Up ahead to Barbieri, trying to hold off the defender. Loses it, now the Cougars back the other way. Mahone has been a big piece tonight along with Aguilera. Gives it off to the right side. This is Daniel Diaz on it, back to Mahone. Mahone through the middle, step in there by Foster. Rips it away and now up to Dolobapiu. Dolobapiu has some space here on the right side, decides to go to Barbieri. It looked like Leland had a chance. Kleefecker continues to be really solid on the back line. Pellegrini sends it forward, it's knocked down. And Mahone comes up for it just for a moment. Now Camara on it. Camara with a big run here down the left side. Tries to play it in, Barbieri does get on the end of it. Chance here in the middle for Foster, and it's just a little too heavy on the touch. So the Cougars back the other way, a lively start to this second half. Good touch in the middle by Barr again. He tries to play it ahead to Aguilera, and a big physical play on defense there by Foshi. Keeps the Cougars attack away, and Leland will shepherd that one out. Coelho presenting an option here in the middle. Tries to play it back to Foshi. Instead, it's the Cougars who come up with it. Kleefecker will have to dribble around the offensive attack and hand it off to Terry on the left side. Dolobapiu all the way back to Pellegrini. Foshi's been joining the attack all night, trying to find an option in the middle. It's Colton Foster, sends it up. Leland nearly able to get on the end of that ball, but instead it's knocked away by the Cougars. Foshi and Kleefecker once again working with Pellegrini. Trying to chase it down is Aguilera. Pellegrini sends it deep, and it's too tall on the left side for Camara. So another throw in here for the Cougars. Take a look back at those first half stats for both sides. Plenty of shots for both sides. 3 for the Cougars, 1 on goal. And for HU is 8 shots, 4 shots on goal. So plenty of chances as they look for another one here. Barbieri trying to chase down the ball, but headed back to the goalkeeper by Donato Lagunas. And collecting it again was Osvaldo Ramirez. Cougars working through the middle. Forrester's asking for a handball, nothing there. It's knocked out of play for another throw in. Good step here by Dolobapiu. He has a chance to turn to his right side. Slide tackle in there, but getting the ball as the Cougars defender. That was a good step by Valente Lara Jr. And now a chance for the Cougars to get something going offensively. Into the right side, able to collect in the box. Terry there, shot blocked away, and Pellegrini comes up big again. Gets that right glove out there and swats it away. His second huge save of the night for the Foresters. When someone's playing at this level, you better get his name right. And right now he's showing up huge for the Foresters. Cougars' first real chance here in the second half. Foresters trying to respond. Dolobapiu's got it in the middle, and he's going to get called for a foul. Just a little too much of the shoulder there. Maybe a little acting as well by the Cougars, but it gets the job done. Cougars back the other way, back into the box. Foresters trying to get it out. Ball played across the left side of the 18. Cougars have to reset. They continue to play through Barrigan, who sends this one forward. Drenth steps up and intercepts. Barbieri with a good turn. He's going to try going down the right side, and he's tackled down, but once again, Cougars defender coming up with the ball. They'll work through the middle with Diaz. He sends it forward to Mahone. He's going to get on the end of it, hands it off to Barrigan. Barrigan nowhere to go with it yet. Mahone back in the box. Good defending by Terry. This one's sent in. Pellegrin can't get to it. He's knocked down, but nothing there as he didn't get a touch on it. It rolls through the right side, and the Foresters will recollect. Ball sent in by Tomeo. Nothing there for the Cougars on the end of it. Foresters in their home white going left to right. It's the Cougars in their red jerseys tonight going right to left. Ball sent forward, trying to chase it down his camera. And letting it roll out of bounds is the defender again, Valente Lara Jr. Foresters trying to push that line up just a little more. The Cougars content with playing out of the back. Now a long ball forward ahead. It's Kleefecker on the end of it to Foster, who heads it on to Dolo Bapu. Great touch. Barbieri trying to get on the end of it, and a great defensive play again by Donato Lagunas, who knocks that one away. Barbieri looked to be in for a moment, but Laguna steps up big for his team for the second or third time this evening. Foresters trying to recollect here. Down the right side goes Coelho, and that's out on the Foresters, so it'll be another Cougar throw-in. Mahone working through the middle. He takes a long rip, but it looked like to be a ball to the left side. I think he was looking for Tamayo. Instead, it just goes out. It'll be a goal kick for Pellegrin. Pellegrin decides to play it short here to Kleefecker. Foshi continues to push up on the right side in the defensive formation. It's Drenth who's playing back deep as the midfielder. A little bit of a different strategy here tonight with St. Xavier being the opponent compared to the Foresters' first game. Kamara tries to work 1-2 with Coelho, can't do so. It's kept in bounds by the Cougars. Kamara back on it now. He's got one defender to beat, and he's pulled back, and it's going to be called a throw-in for the Cougars. A little delayed by the linesman down the side in front of the Foresters bench. Even the Cougars a little confused that it was a throw-in. Still waiting for our first goal of the match. Dolobapu picks it up in the middle of the pitch. He sends it to the left side to Barbieri. He's got a chance here against the goalie, and he tucks it home. Igor Barbieri with 14 goals last year. You can put up his first for the new year. Barbieri with the right foot sneaks it right past Ramirez. And that is the goal that the Foresters have been working so hard for in this match. That is a go-to attacker for the Foresters. He wears the number 9 for a reason. Igor Barbieri out of Brazil, 14 goals all of last year. And he's off to a good start this year with one in the second match of the season. So how about that for the first goal underneath the lights for the home team as they finally break through. And of course, setting up that one once again was Sam Dolobapu. So in his first 2 career games, he's got a goal and an assist, and he's making a huge impact. He's got another chance here, but this time it's a little too heavy, and Ramirez will pick it up in the box. So Dolobapu maybe getting that extra yard here now with a little momentum going his way after 2 huge plays in his first 2 collegiate games. Barbieri had a chance in the first game of the year, 1v1 versus the opposing goalkeeper, and couldn't finish. So a little extra motivation here tonight to send that one pass, and he couldn't have placed it any better. So now it's the Cougars' turn to see if they can respond. They continue to work through the middle here. Foresters seem to just have a little extra motivation and energy now after that goal, and now forcing a little bit of a mistake here by the Cougars as they'll have to recollect. Leland steps up with Dolo Bapu. Barbieri waits on the back line. This one's sent ahead. Kleefecker heads it down to Foster. Good touch by him to recollect, but then ripped away by the Cougars. This one's sent in towards the box, and Pellegrin steps up and easily collects again. Coelho, a little quiet tonight, but controlling the middle of the park for the Foresters. Cougars regain. Mahone trying to send it past Terry, can't do so. Foresters will trust the goalkeeper Pellegrin again. He sends it out wide right. That's gonna fly out of play for a Cougar throw-in. Cougars not out of time yet. Still 34 minutes left in this match. And once again, coming off a really strong game against the #3 team in the country. And the Foresters pick up a free kick here, as down on the ground is Nick Tamayo. It looks like he got maybe an elbow there from Cooper Foshi. But those two just get a little tangled up, and it's the Foresters' free kick after a short break, as you still see Tamayo down on the ground. Jaden Aguilar trying to talk with the official to see how that would possibly be a foul against Tamayo, but that's the way the main official saw it, and that's how it's going to stand. Foshi will play it back to Pellegrin. Cougars push forward. Pellegrin sends it long. Foster on the end of it. He'll get the second ball as well. Leland tries to step in, can't do so. Tamayo, who is just down on the ground, back to his feet, has a touch but gives it away. And a big touch there by Diaz, who aggressively goes in on Coelho, and those two share a few words here. Baragain to Tamayo. Baragain back with it. Now in the middle to Lagunas, and it's going to be rewarded to the Cougars here as the official got in the way here in the middle of the pitch. Fernando Baragain will stand over it, and he'll actually give it off to Jaden Aguilar. Just a drop here with the official getting in the way. Cougars will try to reset around midfield. Baragain takes some space in the middle. Goes off to the left side to Lagunas. Cougars trying to work through those two main men of Aguilar and Baragain, can't do so, and this time it's a free kick against the Cougars, and the Foresters will get the ball back. No one really getting loose for either side right now. Maybe just one Cougar down the right side behind the net. The Foresters right now pretty content with what this lineup is bringing here in this second half. They had 8 chances in the first half. They only needed 1 in the second to get the first goal. Osvaldo Ramirez has had a busy night, but really has played well. He couldn't do much about the Barbieri goal, which is perfectly placed by the Brazilian, as he did so many times last year, and Foster picks up a foul. The Cougars want to play it quick. They'll go down the right side to Mahone. He plays it to the middle. Cougars looking to tie this one up. They have a chance here, but Tamayo is off sides, and it looks like it wouldn't have mattered. That one goes wide. Tamayo made an aggressive run through the middle, but just a few steps off there after getting that ball from Aguilera. See the wind blowing on the flag behind Pellegrin there, helping the Foresters out this half. They played against it in the first. Not substantial, but definitely something to keep an eye on. as that goal kick gets a little help and heads straight out of bounds about 70 yards away from where Pellegrin hit it. Cougars trying to keep possession. They haven't looked as dangerous in this second half, but still a chance, just a couple offsides that have really gone against them in this match. Pellegrin clears this one to the middle. Mahone steps up. Drenth steps in. He gets knocked down, and it looks like we might have our first yellow card on the Cougars tonight, and that's going to go on Jaden Aguilera. Drenth stepped up. He's got the yellow card for the Foresters. Tried to go collect the ball with his right foot, and just the body contact from Aguilera was enough for the official to give him the first yellow card of the night for the Cougars. Coming up on half an hour left in this match. Foresters lead 1-0 after a Igor Barbieri goal in the start of this second half. Bad giveaway here by Foshi. Heading back the other way is Bottergan. He gives it up to Aguilera. Working with Mahone, who had 2 shots in the first half, and that's going to be another free kick against the Cougars. So the Foresters will have a free kick. It looked like it could have been the Cougars that had a good chance here in front of goal, but instead, let's take a look at this replay. So Mahone did dive in there at the end and knock down Kleefecker, so it looks like a good call there. It could have gone either way. But right now the Cougars feel like everything's going against them. Looks like Coach Ed Vucinic wants to have a conversation with the referee. He has had a lot of experience at the collegiate coaching level in his 20th season. Back-to-back CCAC championships in 2010, 2011. Jackson Terry staying strong on the back line. Coelho's got it here in the middle. Foresters want to add on to this lead, get a little more breathing room, and try to send the Cougars on their long drive home. Big giveaway here as Barragan picks it up in the middle. He gives it off to Mahone. He's got one option down the right side. That's where he tries to go, but Pellegrin quick off his line to snatch that one away. It's a pretty good turn here by the Cougars, just unable to connect once again in that final third. Pellegrin's been really solid again tonight. Foshi and Kleefecker working a 1-2, now up to Coelho. He tries to take a little space in the middle. Dolobapu up to Foster. Down the right side is Leland with some space, but stepping in time is Lagunas to knock that one away. It's Diaz back the other way, working with Barragan, and he'll reset back behind to Lara Jr. Lara Jr. sends this one ahead. Mahone runs out of space. See the intensity level raise up here over these next 28 minutes and 48 seconds as these two teams want to fight back. If you're the Cougars, at least fight back for a draw, but if you're the Foresters, continue to build on that momentum and see if you can add to the lead. Drenth sends it ahead. No one up ahead for him. It falls to Donato Lagunas. A couple Lagunas on this team, both playing extremely well tonight. They'll work through the middle to Diaz. He hands off down the left side and then forward to, once again, the attacker Aguilera, but it's ripped away, and Dolobapu's got it in the middle. Leyland thinking about an aggressive run down the right side, instead chooses to go to Barbieri, who knocks it up into the air. Barbieri trying to keep it in, and he does do so back to Foshi. Drenth now can switch the field to the left side. He does just that over to Camera, but it's quickly intercepted by Lara. Big tackle there by Lara. Now a chance here for the Cougars. It's Barragan coming into the box. He's working against Coelho, goes all the way to the line. Pellegrin couldn't get a hand on it, but it's a head away there by Kleefecker, and a very crucial one again by the back line of the Foresters. It's going to be a throw-in, but once again, this Forrester back two of Kleefecker and Foshi continue to step up for the defense and prevent the Cougars from really getting anything on goal. You see, it was Aguilera just waiting there. He was actually open for a moment. But then Kleefecker steps in and heads it away, and it remains 1-0. Looks like the Foresters will make a substitution during the next throw-in. 2 new players waiting to check in for HU. Trying to make one final push in this game. 26 minutes left. Foster back to Drent. He'll work it over to Foshi in front of the camera here on the right side. Leland tries to play it on for Foster, but runs out of space, and that should bring in the subs for the Foresters. Instead, it's going to be quickly thrown back into play by the Cougars. Barragan gets a foot on this one and able to pull it down with his right foot. Barragan's been an issue tonight. He's really created a lot of chances. Same with Aguilara, who gives it back to Lagunas. This is Saul Lagunas of Midlothian, Michigan. Saul continues to work through the middle, hands it off, and another chance here for Mahone. A shot, not really too good of an angle, but the Cougars able to recollect. Tamayo sends it off to Lagunas. He sends it into the box. Pellegrin raises up, can't catch it, but does enough to knock it away. Camera working it ahead to Dolobapiu. If he can get on the end of it, Huntington's got some numbers down the right side. Sam cuts past the defender and just can't get the next touch on it. Barragan falls to him. Mahone now has one option in the middle. He shoots and he scores. Mahone has had a lot of chances tonight, and it took his third one to connect. It was only a matter of time for him to even this game up, and he did just that with his third chance. Mahone had Aguilera there in the middle, who looked to be the better option, but instead Mahone pounds this one in the ground, and Pellegrin just couldn't get enough on that one to push it wide. So it's 1-1 with 25 minutes left in the match. It's probably difficult to tell on your screen, but some of that wildfire haze starting to work its way into King Stadium as well here. So the Foresters now back to even with the Cougars after a Mahone goal. Mahone has really been the most promising offensive player here tonight for the Cougars. Last year he had 3 goals, 1 assist. As a freshman, he had 4 goals. And in his last game, he started but had no shots. Foresters give this one away. Back the other way come the Cougars. Tamayo has it on the left side. He'll center it in. And a header just wide by the Cougars again. Pellegrin looked to have it covered, but Tamayo delivered a really good ball. And getting on the end of it was Irving Moreno, just unable to put it in. Sorry, that was not Moreno on the end of that one. That was actually Fernando Barragan, who had another chance on goal, just unable to do so. Foresters looking to kind of recollect after the Cougars take a little wind out of their sails with that goal, kind of against the pace of play. Terry trying to work through the middle, no one there for the Foresters, and the Cougars recollect. Mahone up to Barbier once again. He's knocked down, and it looks like the Cougars could have kept going, but instead they call it a flop. This one's sent forward to Ratinho. He tries to run it down, and a dangerous ball back to Ramirez. Now the Cougars kind of standing on their head, trying to get back in possession. They're able to do so. This one's sent ahead to Barragan again. It's been the middle of a lot of this action, and it's knocked out of play. And it looks like it's off the Cougars for a Forester throw-in. Cougars really wanted a free kick there right in front of the net, just about 20 yards out, but the referee saw it as a little bit of a dive by Barragan, and so not rewarded that time. Foresters not holding a ton of possession right now. Borges, who's back in the game, recollects and able to win the ball back for HU. Kleefecker working with Drenth. Foshi on the right side with some open space. Instead, the ball's sent long. The Cougars head it down, and Foshi comes up with it. Borges making a good run down the right side. Leland has to recollect, sends it back to Drenth. Cougars pressing here. They'll send it back to Pellegrin. Drenth does a nice job staying composed and continuing to possess the ball for the Foresters. Borges and Ratinho back in for HU. Couple of changes for those fresh legs once again. Kleefecker sends a long ball. Leland is there, but a nice interception by Lagunas, and it's knocked out off of the Foresters. It's a throw in for the Cougs. Cougars a little bit of the momentum right now in this match. Diaz, an aggressive run. He sends it up to Mahone, who just scored that goal, but he runs out of room. It'll be a throw-in and also a substitution for the Foresters. Looks like Jackson Terry is going to get a little bit of a breather, and Manuel Diaz will come back into the game. Ratinho trying to win the ball, holding off the defender. And he does do so, but it's just a throw-in at midfield. HU just one game in has had definitely some dramatic finishes throughout the year, but the most dramatic potentially in the last game where Sam Dolobapu scored with 11 seconds left. This is a giveaway here as Mourinho runs it down. Another chance for the Cougars. Pellegrin's chipped, and it's off the bar and out. It was another chance for Mahone. He couldn't finish this one, and the Foresters for now stay locked at 1-1. Foresters trying to repossess, and Dolobapu picks up a foul. And going down to the ground here is Lara. Take a look at this last chance for St. Xavier. Mahone with two defenders on him shot this one just a little too high, and Pellegrin unable to get a hand on that one again, but this time saved by his friend. And for now it's 1-1, but St. Xavier definitely getting some of the better chances here in this second half, and that'll lead to our second water break of the game. So the Foresters come out in the second half. They get a goal by potentially their best player, Igor Barbieri. And then on the other side, Dorian Mahone has really been dynamite here tonight offensively, leading the attack for the Cougars. But you look at who assisted that goal, it was Fernando Barragan again. He is one of the most dynamic playmakers in the CCAC, but maybe even the country. He came in to tonight with 25 career assists. You can make it 26 now, as he continues to really just be the playmaker in the middle of the pitch, and he's done that again tonight. As I mentioned, we'll be back at Huntington University on Saturday. We have another 3 p.m. kickoff. Soccer games have been a hot commodity here early in Huntington, Indiana. And once again, a beautiful night for the first home game. As you can see, the new lights that were installed at Huntington University. This is not something a lot of NAIA colleges get to experience, but a lot of the funding around the athletics right now has provided a really good experience for these fans and also these athletes, and that doesn't hurt with recruiting either if you're the Foresters. So we'll have a new Forester checking in here as Nathan Lemon will check in. He's from right down the road at Fort Wayne Concordia. Last year, 12 games, started 7, he had 2 assists. So we'll see if he can maybe provide a little spark and get this game flipped back for HU throughout the last 20 minutes. It'll be Daniel Diaz who sends this one towards the box for St. Xavier. They've had a really good second half offensively and on the attack. Diaz sends it into the box. No one there for the Foresters right away, but then headed out of the box here now. Cougars can't possess. Borges turns. He's got some options in the middle. Ratinho runs it down and nearly dribbles through the back line. He had Borges on the right side. Drenth there to pick it up, and it's another foul. This time it's on Coelho. And going to the ground on that one was Omar Apasio, as he looks to be holding his back after taking that foul. Foresters could have been off and running there if they won that last ball from Ratinho. Borges playing physical here, and it's another foul called. And the crowd and the coaching staff believe that the whistles are starting to pile up maybe a little too often here in this second half. Borges a little bit of a shove on Aparicio, but nothing more than what we've seen throughout the rest of the match. Ball sent into the box here by St. Xavier. It's Leland trying to run it down, and he's able to at least kick it out for a throw-in. Saul Lagunas will be the one throwing it in. Under 20 minutes now in the match. Foresters trying to avoid giving up a corner here, and that will be a throw-in. And waiting to see if it's for the Cougars or the Foresters. They're actually going to give this a corner for St. Xavier. It didn't look like that ball ever went out on the end line. It looked like it stayed on the sideline the entire time, but instead it's going to go out for a corner. So another chance here for Barragan to put this one into the box. He's already got one assist on the night, looking for number 2. Long ball in, headed away for a moment by the Foresters. Several bodies around the ball. Foresters able to clear. Ratinho's going to get a look at this along with Coelho, and it is going to stay in bounds, so a pretty good clearance there by the Foresters. Trying to play a high line here. It's Leland forcing a little extra pressure. Drenth able to win the ball in the middle. He turns back, gives it off to Foshi, now to Kleefecker. Borges picks it up in the middle, works it back to Cooper. Foshi will play it all the way back to Pellegrin. Pretty good sequence there by HU, just unable to really get into their attack. They'll try to reset, keep that shape, and see if they can make a final push here. Lemon on the right side looking to get his first touch of the match. Continuing to work back to the ball and making runs down the flank when he has the opportunity. They'll go to the left side here, headed away, and unable to pick it up initially are the Foresters, and that'll go out for a throw-in for the Cougars. Foresters started with the lead here after an early goal in the first part of this second half, and then the Cougars responded rather quickly. See if the Foresters or Cougars can score a goal and someone at least get 3 points out of this match rather than a tie as they both did in the first matches of the year. Ratinho keeps it off to Borges. He works it now over to Lemon. This is his first touch of the year. Sends it down the right side, and it's intercepted by Lagunas, but Lemon steps in and potentially keeps a counterattack at bay for the Cougars. Diaz works with Barragan. He's knocked off the dribble for a moment, and then he's taken down from behind by Coelho, and that's going to be another yellow card for Coelho. Barragan really crafty around the ball. Coelho just reaching around, getting a little bit of the shin, and that's the second yellow card of the night for Huntington. Cougars try to play through the middle. Borges able to step in and take that one away. Kleefecker and Foshi work to reset the shape here and get the offense going. Lemon freshly into the game, passes it off to Drenth. He'll move it up the pitch, but no one there for HU. Cougars back in control here. They'll have to play it back to Pellegrin, that being the Foresters. He sends it long. Pretty good ball up to Kamara if he can get on the end of it, and he just runs out of room in front of the St. Xavier bench. Not his normal number, wearing number 25 tonight. Excuse me, that's Sebastian Palma. I'm thinking of a different player on the Cougars who had to change jerseys briefly before the game. Leland with his right foot up to Borges. He's got a chance here for Ratinho, but just a little too much on it. And Ramirez able to handle that one with his feet. Palma working on the right side of the pitch. Cougars will choose to send it forward, and that just goes out of bounds behind their bench. Barragan with a great touch in the middle. He tries to send it forward. It's another chance for the Cougars. 3 defenders chasing down the Cougars attack. Barragan rips one, it's low to the ground, and it goes wide left, but Barragan once again with a big opportunity. Already an assist in the game, and he had a good chance to add a goal to his collection, just a little too wide left, and Pellegrini able to take a deep breath and feel better about that. He's had a busy night despite the Foresters having more shots. St. Xavier's been busy offensively on the attack, and he's had to come collect a lot of through balls. He's obviously made 2 huge saves and given up the 1 goal here tonight with 14 minutes left in the match. Foshi, Borges, and Drenth working together, and this ball sent forward to Lemon. Lemon coming up towards the box. Good ball in. Ratinho on the end of it couldn't get a shot on goal, but did force a corner as he had another really good chance in this match. Forrester's going to put a lot of their eggs into the basket here as they push everyone but 2 field players forward for this corner. It'll be Bernardo Coelho who sends this one in. Coelho to the middle. Drenth couldn't get there, but the Foresters recollect with Lemon. He sends another ball in, but this one's easily caught by Ramirez. Ramirez wants to go quick, and he sends it long down the right side. And the Cougars trying to hold possession. They're able to do so as they cut it to the middle of the pitch. Mahone now sends a ball into the middle. Good chance, knocked away. That was a wide shot there by the Cougars. It looked like they had a chance on goal. Ratinho opens up. He's going to try to run down the right side. Pumps the brakes and resets. Overlapping run. Leland has a chance. Lifts this one a little too high over the left side. Leland, if he could have just got that one on goal to the left side of the frame, there was a chance to sneak it past Ramirez, but the Foresters now in the last few minutes have had some better chances. Another long ball up top here for Aguilera. He's able to collect it working against Kleefecker. Aguilera rips one, and it's caught by Pellegrin. Not too much of a challenge there as he's able to hold that one right in front of his chest. It will go down as a save for him. Lemon, Foshi, and Kleefecker on the back line. On the far side, it's still Diaz, who hasn't seen a lot of the ball since coming back in. Kleefecker sends a long ball forward. Ratinho has a chance to run it down. He'll get on the end of it, but it's knocked away, and it will be a corner again for the Foresters. HU gonna make a couple more switches. It looks like Jackson Terry coming in. And it'll also be, I believe, it'll also be Ego Barbieri, just making sure we got that right. And Colton Foster is the other one coming in here to add to the attack. Coelho was going to take the corner, but now it looks like Foster will be the one, as Coelho's the one coming out of the match. So he'll take the long way around. Foster, Huntington native, has a chance to play a good ball into the box and see if HU can connect. Foster delivers. A little too wide. It was a Forester in there trying to go for the bicycle kick. A little extra attempt there on that one, but no connection. Cougars now playing quickly after that ball went out for a throw-in. Forester's good step here. Now they got a couple of numbers through the midfield. This is off to the left side. It looks like Camera over there. Trying to work through the defense. He's ripped down, and it's a foul against the Foresters. HU not pleased with that one, as it looks like the Foresters had a chance to maybe set up for a solid attack, and just going through a little bit of the contact and getting knocked down, but either way, it's a Cougar free kick. Less than 10 minutes remain in the match. The home crowd trying to get involved and push the final 10 minutes in favor of the Foresters. High ball sent towards the front line for HU. Barbieri was chasing after. Knocking it out of play was Lagunas. Diaz will trigger the throw in here down the left side. He goes down low to Barbieri. He tries to cut through the box. He's got one goal, tried to shoot, couldn't do so, still fighting for the ball. Borges takes a deep shot, and it's lifted too high over the bar. And with 9 minutes remaining, we'll see if one of these teams has one final goal left in them. Ramirez sends this one deep. That's been the tactic most of the night for the Cougars. They're able to come up with the loose ball. This one's knocked away. Foshi gonna try to run it down, and he does so, lifts it towards midfield. Cougars head it down and regain possession. Cougars back on the attack. Ball sent through the 18-yard box. Borges able to step in. That's actually Diaz who knocks it down. Diaz on the end of it. 3v3 situation, up to Barbieri. He can't collect the touch immediately, but it does fall back to Leland. HU still with numbers here if they push. Barbieri and Leland, two-man game. This goes out wide now to Ratinho, knocked away by the defender once again. Irving Moreno has been in the middle of a lot of this attack here in this second half. Foresters fighting to gain position. Mahone able to hold his ground. And he's chopped down, but no call. Ball sent into the middle, headed away by Kleefecker. Foster able to gather it, and hands off to Kamara. It's launched out of bounds, and it'll be another throw-in. Sam Dolobapu will check in for this final 7 minutes, 15 seconds. Keep in mind, this was the same change that Huntington made in the last game they played, and Dolobapu ended up scoring the final goal of the game. So we'll see if he can provide that same energy again here in the second match of the year. Aparicio back in as well for the Cougars. Ball sent forward to Barbieri. He chested on. Dolobapu nearly gets to the end of it, but it's knocked away by the Cougars. Foshi has to play it. He plays it forward, and it looks like it'll stay in play, as it's going to run out of room down the right side, and it'll go for a goal kick for Ramirez. Foresters looking for some more heroics here in the early season for the Cougars. They're trying to spoil the first night game in A2 soccer history. Leland tries to run it down. It's knocked out of play, and it should be the Foresters' ball, and it is. There's Aguilera trying to go after that one as well. Leland able to knock it off the foot. Drenth takes space, turns towards Camara on the left side. Camara chopped down, and that should be a foul, and it is. So the Foresters will have a chance for a set piece here on the left wing, about 30 yards out from the goal. Camaro kind of baiting the defender into that one and going down with contact. So now HU has something to draw up here. It'll be Dolobapu over the ball. Igor Barbieri getting some instruction from his head man, Russ Lawson. Drenth gonna join the attack as well. It's Colton Foster and Cooper Foshi along with Pellegrini, the only 3 players not near the 18-yard box. Dolobapu fires right at the chest of Ramirez, and he nearly gives up a tap into the Foresters, but able to dive back on top of that one. Dolobapu added the velo there. Ratinho was ready to pounce, but couldn't get there in time. Ramirez launches this one high into the night sky, trying to get it to Mahone. Instead, it's won by the Foresters. Barbieri waits for it. Can't get it, but now Camara has it. Camara pushes it down the left side, cuts back in. Got some options in the middle, knocked away by the Cougars defense. And now hit back the other way towards midfield. Kleefecker heads it down. And then another step in by the Foresters. Ratinho gives it chase. Ramirez able to collect it with the one-hand stab. Another ball sent towards midfield here by the Cougars. Colton Foster chasing after it for the Foresters in the middle of the pitch. He goes to ground. A great job by Diaz keeping the ball. Gives it up to Aguilera. Now off to Barragan. Mahone and him work together, but this is too much, and it goes out of play for a throw-in. Less than 4 minutes left in the match, and Barbieri's ripped down as the defender goes up the back of Barbieri, and it looks like this might be a yellow. No, it's not going to be a yellow card. They're actually going to make Barbieri step out of this game because of the contact to his head. So that's a big story here for the Foresters. Their best goal scorer is going to have to step out of the game to make sure he's checked by the trainer. And unless this goes really quickly, there's only 3:40 left in the game. Does look like Barbieri's getting attention quickly over by one of the trainers here at Huntington University. But the Foresters are forced to make a change here as Borges steps in for Barbieri. Yeah, the ref is trying to figure out what's going on here. They did call a foul on the play. That's why Barbieri had to leave the game. The defender kind of came onto the back of Barbieri. And it looks like they're going to call this a drop ball. I believe he called a foul on Barbieri, so I'm a little confused about what happened there. So it's not a free kick, even though the Foresters will keep possession. Foster out wide. Dolobapu gets it to Leland. Sam Dolobapu has it back into the middle. Bicycle kick try there by the Foresters. And it looks like the ball's going to go back to the Cougars. 3 minutes left. Intensity picking up here in King Stadium. Foster tries to get to it. Instead, it falls to Coelho. Up to Dolo Bapu. He's got Camaro on the left side. Andre Camaro working with the ball. He'll send it into the middle, looking for Ratinho, and he just runs out of space. And it's another good ball, but nothing there. Looks like Igor Barbieri back in the game for the Foresters now. So just out for over a minute and a half of action. Diaz wins the ball out of the air. Now he's working against the Cougars player here in the middle. This one's knocked up and out of play. It'll be a Cougars throw in. One of these teams trying to take the final punch in this heavyweight match here tonight. Diaz plays through contact. Kleefecker has to clear it quickly. Dolobapu heads it back towards his bench, but no Forester there to collect the loose ball. 1:45 remaining. Ball knocked out again, and a little confusion on whose it should be. It's going to be another throw-in for St. X. Barragan working again down towards the goal line, puts this one in. Waiting for the end of it was Irving Moreno, but another header out by the back line of the Foresters. Moreno once again working hard to get it in. This is Lagunas. He launches one in towards goal, headed away by Foshi. Dolobapu picks it up. Foresters trying to counter here, maybe their last chance of the night. Dolobapu keeps possession, and he calls a foul instead of giving the Foresters the advantage. The Foresters were off and running, and instead of advantage, he pulled the play back, and that might have been the last chance for the Foresters. That could be a crucial decision by the referee, as Dolobapu had won the ball and was working away from the defenders. Foshi launches one into the middle. Nothing there quite yet. Diaz steps up. He sends a long ball over the top. Ratinho almost gets on the end of it. Now he does. Takes a shot, and it's wide left. A really good chance there by Ratinho, as he had a chance to one-time that one in the back of the net. And it looks like this one's going to end in a draw for the second straight match for both these sides. A game filled with a lot of opportunities, but just one goal for each side. And these two schools will end in a 1-1 draw. Hard-fought match by both these teams. It was Igor Barbieri that scored the one goal for the Foresters. He gets off to a good start in his second match of the year. But for HU, a little disappointing to come away with a draw after a lot of chances in that first half. Still a young season, still a team trying to learn each other. And Russ Lawson continues to preach his strategy to this school and his team to try to get into the win column for the first time. We'll see if they can do it on Saturday. We'll be back on FDN Sports at 3 p.m. for Preston Husband and the rest of the FDN Sports crew. It's a 1-1 draw between the St. X Cougars and the Huntington Foresters. We'll talk to you once again on Saturday.
Thank you.